Over our time on this channel, covering the biographies, theories, and explained content of the DC mythology, we have yet to discuss one important point: the founding of Dreamfast with me. No, it's not me, Danny Gallows. I am only the creative spirit, and before me is set one of the most mysterious aspects of the Dark Crystal universe: the origins of skekDude the composer and urBro the chronicler. We all know that upon the first great conjunction of Thra, 18 urskeks arrived on the planet, forever changing the history and evolution of the Gelfling races. Among these beings was an urskek known as Darkheart, a being of light who is filled with song, spirit, and equal parts darkness. Frequently, Darkheart would sit out in the middle of the ocean and hail his melodies of sadness, hoping that his emotions would reach their beloved homeworld, finally signaling their return home. However, Darkheart was not alone. While many believed this urskek to be the only one of his kind, a unique soul completely individual from the rest, there was actually a 19th urskek, a being inadvertently created by Darkheart. Because Darkheart's emotions were so powerful, his song did eventually reach their homeworld, and when it did, the ghost, or the spiritual emanation of another urskek, suddenly arrived on Thra, remaining by Darkheart's side in the shadows. This urskek went by the name of urBro, and was actually Darkheart's musical and artistic partner back on their homeworld, having worked together with him for many centuries, perfecting the art of creation and imagination for song, written word, and abstract art. Although invisible to all on Thra except for Darkheart, urBro remained an active part of his life for the entirety of their history on the planet, fueling his rage and melancholy. Upon the Second Great Conjunction, as the urskeks were preparing to return home, Darkheart's darkness overpowered the light of the crystal and tore the urskeks into two separate beings, the Uru and the Skeksis. And because of urBro's presence at the time of the conjunction, he fell victim to this horrific event, and from the comfort of his own home world, his spirit was ripped from his body, filtered through the crystal, and reassembled just as all the others. When the event was finally over, skekDude and urBro were born anew, cast into an alien world. But unlike some of their companions, skekDude and urBro immediately ran from the violence and the confines of the castle, escaping down through the dark tunnels and into the abyss of Thra, remaining by each other's side for many trying to come. Sometime later, both re-emerged near the outskirts of the Crystal Desert, soon to be discovered by two unlikely faces, skekRa and urGo. skekRa and urGo were both outcasts of their original tribes and had spent their lives at the Circle of the Suns, meditating, hallucinating, and working to uncover the secrets and prophecies of Thra. It was here, for some time, that both skekDude and urBro studied under their mentorship and evolved into their current selves. urBro, with a thick mane of shaggy hair that fell around him like an avalanche of unkept fur, and darker framed blue glasses to shield from the light of the three suns. He was creative, well-spoken, thoughtful, intelligent, and even more reclusive than his mentors, choosing to remain almost completely out of sight from the world, instead closing himself off indoors, clouded in a haze of urGo's green smoke. urBro was a writer, a wordsmith, and a chronicler of important history. Above all else, he desired to read, learn, and teach. skekDude, who was far more outgoing and ambiguous than his counterpart, was often adorned in a black beaked mask to hide his glowing purple eyes, which had become infected by the darkening over time, and covered in a special M hat with two horns representing the Mounders of Thra, and a black hooded tunic decorated with the Crystal of Truth and symmetrical universal designs created by skekRa. Early on in his life, skekDude became very musical, and soon began to create sounds, rhythms, and beats from crude objects such as sticks, rocks, chimes, and various vibrating metals, cementing his love for musical composition. Neither shared a desire to be worshipped or to rule. And after sensing the oncoming storm of the Gelfling revolution which was before them, both decided to eventually leave the Circle of the Suns in search of their own place, private and hidden from the dangers of war and violence. And so, they disappeared back into the fray. At this point, we do know that skekDude did return to the Crystal Castle for some time, offering his musical and artistic abilities to the rest of the Skeksis lords. But, as you would imagine, much like the satirist, he was often made fun of and shunned by the vicious order, and finding no peace there, he departed in search of urBro once more. And after that, the two never parted ways again. Now, it is unclear how both wound up on YouTube, but it is believed by most that after many trying of wandering the desert, the two eventually settled in a wayward Dusan community on the borders of the desert's mountains, and there they were given access to secret Dusan technology, something called a computer, the internet, and yes, even YouTube. And it was there and then that they decided to combine their efforts to form the most fantastic YouTube channel ever seen, Dreamfast with me, sharing the history of their new planet, as well as awesome beats and compositions to calm the mind. So, there you have it, my friends, the true origins of skekDude and urBro, your Earth entertainers from Thra. And you know, while urBro sits at almost 10,000 subscribers, skekDude is definitely feeling a bit lonely at under 50. Now remember, they are two halves of the same being, so let's show them some love, huh? Alright, so now go ahead and leave all of your thoughts and opinions down below in the Great White Void. I want to know what you guys think. As always, until next we meet, take care, for Thra, for Jim, and I'll see you guys back here for the next video very soon.